you guys, and welcome to my new YouTube channel. I wanted to make an introductory video for those of you that do not know me yet. For those of you that do, you will learn some new stuff and it will shed a little bit of light on kind of where I went in the industry and where I'm at now, and answer a couple of the questions that I get asked a lot. First off, my name is Alison Avery. I am now living in Florida. I will tell you the whole story a little bit later on. Also, disclaimer, yes, I am sitting on the floor right now. Like I just said, I just moved to Florida, so I have yet to get a desk. So for now, this will be my little filming studio. Okay, back to where we were. Well, actually, this is my second introductory YouTube video. I did start a YouTube channel a couple of years ago when I was living in San Diego, and I ended up moving literally the next week after. So yes, I should have continued on with my YouTube journey, but I was very emotional, and at the time, it was just another very good excuse to not keep doing it. So years passed, and a lot more stuff has happened. So I'm actually kind of grateful that all of that went down the way that it did. I'm not grateful that I didn't continue on with my YouTube, but now I definitely have much more to talk to you guys about, and I'm also 3 years older, so I have more wisdom in myself and more confidence. I finally decided to stop making excuses and just do it. So here I am. I knew that I wanted to go back to California. So when I got to Washington, I continued working as a bikini barista. For those of you that don't know what a bikini barista is, because it is mostly just a Washington thing, it is a barista, just like you would go to like a Starbucks or, you know, any other coffee shop, but the barista is in a bikini or lingerie or stripper wear, whatever. It's kind of a cool experience. It's fun. It's, you know, it's an experience. So I did that for about 6 months, saved up all the money that I could. I just hustled. By the time it hit like June, July, I knew that I had plenty of money saved up so that I could move back down to LA by myself. I went to LA July 2019, right before the pandemic. I knew that I wanted to get into porn, but when I had a manager, porn was kind of out of the question. And so once I got home and I was by myself, no manager, no nothing, I immediately decided that's what I want to do. Okay, fast forward. I moved down to LA, started my journey into porn. I loved it at first. It was just exhilarating and something new, and I'd never, done it before. It was fun for me at the time. So give it a couple months, and then COVID happens. I'm sure all of you know what the world looked like at the beginning of COVID. I was in downtown Los Angeles, California, and the world shut down. I was no longer shooting for companies. I was only shooting for myself. For my OnlyFans, I did not know anyone. I had just moved there, so I had no contacts. I had no content creators to collaborate with. I had no nothing. I had learned that escorting was a big part of porn, which it wasn't that I was surprised, but I guess I just didn't really think about it. So during COVID, I started escorting to make up for the loss of income because I had just moved down to LA, mind you. I had a $3,500 rent to pay. I had a $700 car payment to pay, and I just lost my job. And again, it was really fun at first. I enjoyed it. The fast money was addicting. I absolutely loved that part of it. And I did that for quite some time. But also, I'm going to talk about this in maybe another video because it's going to be a lot of information. I talked about this in my last video, but if you haven't seen it, then you will have no idea. I also went to rehab. It would have been 2017. And actually, when I was writing that down today, I remembered that today is my 11 months sober, on the 11th. And my mind is blown. I can't even believe that this day is here. Literally, if you are an addict or somebody that, has substance abuse issues, and you have not hit that mile marker before, it sounds incredibly huge. To me, it is incredibly huge. And I've quit multiple times, but it only ever lasts 10 days, 20 days, maybe a month if I'm lucky. So 11 months is insane. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for my sobriety. For any of you that are in recovery, like, good for you. Keep going. Literally one day at a time. One day at a time. You will get there. And I cannot believe that I am only, how many days is there until February? I don't even know. 30 days. 30 days away from a year. Literally, that is wild to me. Okay, anyways, once COVID lifted a little bit, we were able to start shooting again as long as we got tests. So I did start shooting again. I was doing both. And the money was so addicting, and I had made more money than I thought that I could make at that age, which was awesome. But it definitely came with a price. I don't want to go super into detail about this in this video. I'll kind of skip past all the details. By the end of it, I knew I was done. My soul was done. My body was done. I was just done. And I couldn't go on anymore, even if I wanted to. I decided that I wanted to get out, but I'm backed into a corner because my bills were extremely high for, what I was used to in the past. I was very adamant on figuring out what I could do to supplement my income in other ways. And so I got super into like reading books and listening to podcasts and watching YouTube videos and just trying to learn about investing, learn about opening up your own businesses. I do wish at the time of having that kind of income, I would have used it in a better manner towards other things that I am wanting to do now. But at the time, I didn't have the wisdom or the knowledge or the support. I was alone a lot. So again, I'll talk about all this in a different video. Fast forward to the end of summer, and I fly to New York because I missed a friend's birthday. I felt really bad about it, so I told him I would make it up to him. So I went out there. Unbeknownst to me, unbeknownst to him, we ended up falling in love. It was very out of left field. We had known each other for years, so it wasn't like a stranger. He had known my lifestyle. I had, known a little bit about his, but we also lived across the country from each other because I'm from Washington State and he is from the East Coast. I basically broke down to him and told him that I didn't want to do what I did anymore and that I wanted to change and I wanted to do all these things and wanted to travel the world and wanted to start my own businesses. And these were all things that he also wanted to do. And so we agreed to start our life together. And we date for a few months, and it wore me down that I was not making the kind of money that I was. I hadn't figured out a way to supplement the income. I hadn't kept up with, doing my research and starting the things that I said that I was going to start. We split it off, and I went back to porn and went back to escorting for about a month. I started it, I thought that I could take it, and I could not. It wasn't him that was making me stop. It wasn't anyone that was making me stop. I tried it again, and it was me, my soul, my body, everything telling me, like, you are done with this. I quit, and also at the same time, because throughout I was drinking, I could not maintain my sobriety. And it hit me. Something hit me one night. One night I went out, went to the club, got wasted, couldn't remember anything. The next morning, woke up, needed to fly home, and I was done. I was so done. And that was 11 months ago today. And I have not looked back. It's been a very, very, very hard, very hard transition that I am still currently going through, but I would never trade it for the world. I know that I might not be where I want to be exactly yet, but I am so grateful that I am not where I was. As long as I'm moving forward and I'm progressing, then I am happy, and I am so grateful for my sobriety. I am so grateful for my boyfriend now. Again, I did contact him a few weeks into my sobriety and told him that I was done with everything. He understood what I was going through, understood how hard it was for me to kind of switch lifestyles overnight. We talked about it, and I was like, I'm really, really done this time. Like, I want to get better, and I need your support. And yeah, so fast forward. I was still living in LA at the time. And if you were in LA at the time of COVID, you know that it got really bad. So I could not handle it anymore. So I moved back to Washington in January of last year and started working as a bikini barista again. At the end of October, my boyfriend actually got a job offer in Florida and asked if I wanted to move. And I was all for it because I love living in the sunshine and was over living in Southern California. Was like, yeah, let's do it. So I put in my 2 weeks at the coffee stand. Tim and I flew to New York. We drove down the coast. We are now in Florida, and I have been here for a couple months now. I love it so far, but it's a difficult transition for me also because now when I'm here, I don't have porn, I don't have escorting, I don't have the bikini coffee stand. I was like, well, now with all of this time, I can do the things that I've always wanted to do. I can start the businesses that I've wanted to start. I can grow in ways that I may have put on the back burner before because I was making up excuses, saying that I was too busy or whatever I came up with. With all that being said, the reason for this channel is because I wanted to get out of my own way. I wanted to do something to push my comfort zone, to push my limits, to do something that I guess I have done before, but not continue on with it. So I do want to continue on with this. I do plan on putting out at least 2 videos a week. And I really want to obtain a community with you guys and hear your stories and share with you mine and be vulnerable and be honest with you about all of the things that I've gone through and answer some of your questions that I do get asked a lot on my other social media accounts that I might not answer. Another thing that I want to talk about too is my fitness journey. I will make videos for all of these later. I have lots of ideas to talk about with you guys. So I look forward to making all of those for you. I really would appreciate your guys' feedback. And if you guys have any questions at all, nothing is out of bounds. I'll talk about anything. I really just want maybe be, a support system for somebody that's going through recovery, or a support system for somebody that is trying to get out of the industry, or maybe try to do something other than that. I also, and I will be honest with you guys, I still do my OnlyFans. I want to use that as leverage to start other ventures. So everything that I'm doing now is going to be to set me up for success in the future and with my plans and my goals moving forward, and not just live off of it and be like, this is good. So the basis of this first video and my channel, the trajectory of it, is just really about people getting out of their own way and really doing the things that they've always wanted to do, and maybe getting out of the things that no longer serve them. I absolutely loved, at the time, the things that I went through and did until I didn't anymore. Those things they were for me at one time, and as I grew and got older and had more experiences, I grew out of them and was ready to move along to other things, such as a YouTube channel. So I am super excited for this. I really hope that this wasn't like too much information at once or too scattered. I really hope to get better as time goes on, but for my first video, I really just wanted to, kind of have a basis about who I am, where I come from, and what I'm here to share with you guys. So if you have any questions at all, please ask. Please subscribe, like, do all the things. I really look forward to building this community with you guys and moving ahead. So thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, you're a real MVP. And I look forward to talking to you guys next week. All right, bye.